Alright, so this the next episode of the last match y'all had seen in the last video. If you watched the last video. Let me go ahead and use the mana, draw a card, so I see if I can get a lower mana card.
I've given my orders.
I don't think it'll draw to the next play though, I guess. Even though I just put it out. Yeah, if you ain't never heard of Guys Unchained before though, or ever played the game, it's a play to earn model type of video game. It's pretty I ain't gonna say it's new, but it's one of a few of its kind, I'll say. Basically, you play this game like we playing right now. We just here to play Yu-Gi-Oh or something like Byakugan. Any card game with monsters that you had to fight, like Pokemon or something. This kind of similar to it, strategy based. Basically, you play these games, and each time you win one, you get something called Flux, which is something you can use. You can't see it now because we're in a match, but it's something you can use inside of something called the Forge. I know it sounds like a lot on you feel me getting into, but you see it, it'll be a lot. I say easier to explain. You see the diagram that they got for it, but that'll be the way that you are able to turn these cards that we're using to like play against into real money. Ethereum to be exact, on the Immutable X platform, which supports layer 2 for Ethereum. If y'all don't know like anything about crypto or Ethereum, gas fees for sending Ethereum like back and forth are kind of high right now. So what Immutable X is doing, and I'm not no like expert on it or financial advisor nothing like that, but they basically lowering the gas fees for that, and it's not fully live yet. So yeah, you can still like earn cards right now while it's not live, while the forge isn't live, but you won't be able to actually fuse them together until that process is complete. I mean, it shouldn't be too much longer, but
Let's
I
not
ain't gonna
be
put like no
silly.
timestamp on it. They ain't even put a timestamp on it. So I mean, ain't no worries though. It's gonna happen eventually. Just when it do, I mean, it'll get a
Finish
lot more
him.
mainstream. It'll help cryptos and NFTs, I say, get a lot more mainstream. That's besides the point though. That's just one of the features
All I
inside of the
need
game that's
is
intertwined with it. But as far as the game itself, it's pretty easy once you get a grip of like what guide you want to use and I guess the strategy you want to take, depending on who you playing. I think it's about seven, 6 or 7 guides all together. But like I said, I'm new to it, so they could be adding more, and I don't know. I know they do like kind of similar to other games where they come out with different events or I say themes at certain times. They on their second one though. It's called Divine Light, if I'm not mistaken. I think I gotta take this one out. Dang. I hate when monsters got protected, especially the front lines, because it just take more to take them out. But it's good when you got it though. It's a good layer of defense. But yeah, the game, I mean,
I'm
it ain't
running
too
out
hard
of
to get a grip
time.
of.
I'm going to enjoy this.
I'm like, I'm like level 20 something, and I already pulled like a. I made a video actually. I made a $70
If it
pull, around
breathes,
$70.
it bleeds.
And whether that price go up or down, I mean, it just depends on the market. But they already cared that they can't change. Well, I don't know. I ain't gonna. Never mind. I ain't gonna say that because I don't know for sure. But if they are able to change features of the cars, like the strength of them, like to nerf some of them, and if you know what nerfing is, it's basically lowering the strength of one because it's OP or overpowered. I'll say. If they can do that, they might affect the price. But if they're all stuck, like if all the prices are stuck, like around the same areas, then it'll be good. Like, cause they're already scarce as it is. It's only a certain amount of each card. Dang, he got a lot of monsters on the field. Well, I say cars. I mean, same thing. Monsters, cars. Or
At
see. It's currently the weekend, so like that'll help you gain more flux to use whenever it is time to, or whenever the forest is actually open. You'll be able to use that. Mm, okay, that'll work. Yeah.
That is
Wow, I
not
can't. That's
possible.
crazy. Okay. Might as well. Yeah,
I'm running out of time.
I got that though. My fault. I just had to figure out what I was finna do. It's a strategic game if you ain't noticed already. Like it's technical. You can't just play it and like get lucky and win. Dang. Now that I think about it, you really can't get lucky and win this game unless you're playing against somebody that don't. Unless you're playing somebody that don't know what they're doing, like just don't know what they're doing. So, see, it don't take long to get from level to level, especially when you first starting out. But now this is interesting part to me though, the ranking system. Like they go by letters, which don't really, and it's not even in order. Like I don't know what the maybe the letters mean something, and I don't know yet. If y'all know, if you watch it, shoot, let me know in the comments or something. But I don't know. They might say it somewhere in the notes in the game or something. I have to look into it. But yeah, it's got the little weekend event right here. If you go down here, it say Gauntlet of the Gods. I just watched a video on this. I think YouTuber named Copper Pitch. I think he a OG in this for real. Made videos like 2 years ago about the game. I didn't even know the game was out 2 years ago for real. But they didn't enlighten me on what this was actually. Basically, and you can probably read it as I'm talking about it. But it's six. So I mean, yes, it was 6 guys. But each one is a gauntlet. So you use one deck and get 3 wins. You can move on to the next one. And it ain't like you stuck on one guy. It's just up to which one you choose to start with first. It's just after you get 3 wins with one guy, you move on to the next one. At least to complete the gauntlet. And I mean, you free to just keep playing with that same guy. But if you want to finish the gauntlet, it's probably best to try to use every guy. And I hadn't even tried to. I ain't gonna say I hadn't tried to, but I hadn't completed the gauntlet fully yet. I don't want to start another game because I know it's gonna cut out. I got about 2 minutes left. I'm on Bandicam by the way. If you ain't seen that in the previous video, till I get on like a better recording system that ain't limited eye. You feel me? I made this work for now, but I don't know. Just recording the process of seeing where guys in chain go, and then like it take a whole bunch of time out of your day or not. He's like maybe 15 to 20 minute games depending on what kind of game it is. Like, and when I say that, I mean whether it's a long drawn out game based on it being close, you and your opponent, or whether you like just win straight up, like bust their ass out the gate. Pause. But feel what I'm saying? Let me see. I show an example of how to use the fours when it's time. Just so you can see what it kind of look like. Might even have time to look at the prices of one of these cards. I scroll to the lowest. I don't know how to say the name. Atlantine Hydra. Basically, your break start fusing and it would turn it into just the diagram. And I got a video on the equation. Um, Flux plus the forwards equal funds. Basically, flux plus the 2 cards. You gotta have 2 of them to turn into a meteorite, which is the base level of when you can sell for money. Yeah, just stay tuned for the next. That's guys Unchained.